What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Welcome to some more Carx Street, and in today's video, there's a bin in the way. In today's video, I'm going to try and mess around with this Mclaren that we got. So this was part of the newest DLC that we got in the game, and I want to have a look at this thing and see what it's like, because there's not really that many mid-engined cars in this game, and this, I feel like, could be really fun to drive. I mean, first of all, completely stock. If you've seen any of the previous videos that I've made, I've been driving this thing just stock with the sports tires on it, and it's genuinely a really fun and like easy car to drive. It's just an enjoyable car to take out and just drive completely stock. So I was thinking, what exactly can be done to this car to make just as enjoyable or just as fun to drive? I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and give this thing a little bit more power. I don't really want to go and max this thing out because I feel like it'll be a little bit boring. But I do want to go ahead and give this thing quite a bit more power, and I'm going to take it back out on the racetrack, because I have seen some people saying that I should continue to do builds and drive them around on the racetrack. That's at the top of the map, obviously, with the new DLC. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and bring it over here and see what we have available for this thing. What can we actually do to it? Completely stock. It's actually very underpowered. It's not the same as a regular 720S. I don't think any of the cars in this game are. Pretty sure they're all a little bit underpowered. So as you can see, this thing's making 442 horsepower and weighs 1,500 kilos. So it's not really the way it's supposed to be, pretty much, is what I'm trying to say. I also don't want to go ahead and like engine swap it and bring it to whatever class or do whatever races with it. It's very noticeable that this thing is not like super OP, because you don't see it at the top of any like leaderboards. So for now, I kind of want to just build this thing to at least mimic what the car in real life is like, power-wise and weight-wise. Right, so we need to bring this thing to about 720 horsepower, right? That is the goal, with this engine that's in it now. So I think the easiest bit of power that we can do is to get a big turbo kit for this thing. So let's do, should we spend money, or should we spend this golden currency? It doesn't really make too much of a difference which one I actually spend. I'll give it the big boy turbo for now. I'm not going to change the cams. I will, however, change the ECU. I'll get this one here. And I'm pretty sure if I do this and get the turbo pressure, I can get this thing to a lot closer to 720 horsepower. Intake manifold, maybe. We can do that. Fuel system, 706. Cylinder head. And I think we're pretty much done. That's it. 718. I don't think there's anything else that I can really do. There you go. We can just do that. We can change our torque curve a little bit. I mean, it's not going to be perfect the way the car is in real life, but we have changed it so it's quite a bit faster. Or quite a bit more powerful. So 720 horsepower is what we're sitting at with this thing. It also needs to be lighter. So I'm definitely going to get this thing to be quite a lot lighter than what it actually is. Right now, differential, it's already got one rear-wheel drive, which is fine. It does change gears pretty slowly for a car. I'm going to put the sequential box in it. This is the best one. It does change gears quite slowly, so that's why I bought that gearbox. Because in real life, this thing is an absolute monster with the way it changes gears. It's really quick. So we'll do that. Move on to the next bit. Weight reduction. This thing weighs, I think, about 1,000... Is it like 1,400, 1,300 kilos? 1,400 kilos? I'm pretty sure it's like 1,400 and like something kilos. So I'm pretty sure what we have on now is probably it. Front aero, rear aero. 1405. Should we just put this one on? Let's just put this one on. It seems like it is probably the right one to put on. Adjustable suspension. I mean, pretty much any of them that we buy is going to be adjustable. I will, however, buy. There's not that much difference between these. I'm going to buy this one instead. Yeah, I think I'm going to just buy the elite parts for this. Definitely better brakes, because brakes are useful. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Alright, now we have 2 sets of brakes. It's alright, I have the money to spend. Doesn't make too much of a difference. I'll buy elite parts. Oh my god. You get this thing to be so low. I'll buy elite parts. I'll buy parts with my money instead of my golden currency. This is really low. That legitimately looks sick. That is such a good looking car when it's really low. Okay. And then obviously I'm going to adjust all of this in a minute. Next thing is the wheels and the spacers. I'll probably have to come back here just to have a look and see how this thing sits, because I will end up putting some crazy body count on this thing most likely. So we'll see what it's like after we do that. But I will definitely come back here, and I will also press Y. I know, you press Y and then you can adjust everything. I feel like I've been getting people in the comments of my videos saying that I need to go and press Y and tune everything, even though I do it in every single video. Just because I don't, like, literally show you me doing it, doesn't mean that I'm not doing it. I even say it in the video when I have done it as well. But people apparently seem to forget that video editing is a thing. Let's hop in here and see what we can do to this thing visually, styling wise. What's available for it? The Street X kit kind of turns it into like a bit of a Senna a little bit, doesn't it? With the front end, I don't like it. Okay, I kind of like this one. That's not a bad looking kit. And then this one looks ridiculous. I actually don't really mind the second last one, the CVW kit. It makes it look a lot more like a race car than anything else. It's really, really wide. This one has like molded parts which look a little nicer. But this one, like I said, just makes it look like a straight up race car. I mean, so does this a little bit. I don't know if I like that rear end, to be honest with you. I'm gonna go with the CVW kit. Those wheels are also disgusting for this thing. They're horrible. Alright, I'm gonna put that kit on. For the hood, or the bonnet, I think I'm happy with the one that's on it now. Wow, we really cannot change anything else. Roof, we can have the stock one. We can have that, or that. Yeah, the CVW kit is fine. Headlights, we can have them so they're either yellow, or purple, or stock. I don't really mind the yellow lights, to be honest with you, but I think it just looks better with the stock ones. For the mirrors, we can get rid of them, or we can put the tiny ones. I think the standard ones are fine. Wing, we can only pick the wing or no wing, pretty much, because of the kit that's on it now, I'm pretty sure. Exhausts, the Street X exhaust for that, and then I'll put cage in it as well, because why not? And then these are all the stock wheels that are available for this thing. Also, people were saying to me that, because the last time I was messing around with this, with one of the cars, and I was like, I can't find the wheels. Oh yeah, it was the 911, and I was like, I can't find the original wheels for this car. And people were telling me, just go into the stock selections. They're obviously there. They're not here, by the way, for people that like, I'm just telling you now that they weren't. I have looked at every single one of these wheels, and they aren't here. So I don't think the cars that have been added as a DLC have had their original wheels get added into the stock selection of wheels here. Okay, I have looked at them, and they haven't been. Okay, I'm gonna put these back on. These actually don't even look that bad. See, this one has the wheels in here, because I really like these wheels. So I'm gonna put these back on it. But the Porsche 911's wheels are not here. They're center locking. They're very, very specific, and they're just not in the selection of wheels here. So before you start giving out, maybe have a look for yourself, and you'll be able to see. I've also looked at all of these, by the way, at every single one of them, and they're not there selection-wise. Right, cool. Well, this is what this thing looks like. Let's paint it all the one color. We'll make it look somewhat aggressive as well, because I really like... Red looks really, really clean on this thing. I mean, the orange still looks really, really good. If we go into metallic as well. I mean, orange still looks very, very good on this car. I mean, obviously this isn't the correct shade of orange, but it still looks really good. I really like it in red, I'm not going to lie to you. It just looks a bit too... I don't know, actually. Yeah, I think orange is the best for this. Still. Yeah, I think it still looks good. I'm gonna change the wheels as well. I need to change those a little bit. Brightness, can we get it to be just a tiny bit darker? Perfect. That looks clean. That looks so clean. What else is there to change? The cage on the inside is fine. Just leave it like the metal color. Glass, we can go a tiny bit darker, glass wise. There we go, just a little bit. It's fine. Headlight glass, not changing that. Taillight glass, not changing that. Rim color, I'm gonna change the entire set of wheels to metallic. Saturation, bring that down to nothing, and then brightness, we're gonna paint these like a kind of like a grey metallic, something like that. I kind of like the original color of the wheels there, but they're just a tiny bit too dark, and I think they look good like this. Not bad. I'm trying to keep this nice and clean as well with the whole build. I'm not trying to do anything insane with it. In terms of looks. I mean, obviously it looks ridiculous now anyway. As for our special setup, sure, let's go with maybe a little bit of like light blue all the way around, I think. Or just blue in general. All the way around, see what this looks like. Can we even see it? We can't see it. Brightness. Saturation. Whoops. That one. We'll do that for the springs and the suspension arms. I think the shocks I'm going to leave alone. I'm going to leave them dark. Do that and then that. Are we good? And then calipers. I don't know. I actually don't even know what color to paint these calipers. Just paint them red. What does it look like? Red with orange. Like the springs and suspension arms don't really matter. Like I don't really care that much about them. But the brakes, they're not that bad. All right. Interior. This thing looks ridiculous inside, by the way. That looks crazy. Left seat, which is the driver's seat. We'll put like a proper seat in it. Apart from that, I don't really care about the other seat. Carbon ceramics, which it should have had as standard, and then the rest of it is just random stuff, which I don't really care about, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna lie. And then vinyls and all that, I don't really care for that either, because it's gonna take me way too long if I ever decide to put any sort of decals or vinyls on my cars. It's gonna take so long. Well, this is what this looks like. That turbo is so loud. The blow-off valve from the turbos are so loud. Like, I want to drive this thing fast, but at the same time, it's got so much turbo lag. At the same time, I kind of feel like I want to just send this thing into corners sideways a little bit. Oh my god. That blow-off valve sound is so loud. Ridiculous. Alright. I'm gonna enter my tuning shop and I'm gonna adjust a couple of things. Suspension, wheels, transmission, all that sort of stuff, and I'll be back in a minute. Right. I'm done. Things have been adjusted, okay? Before you tell me to go and adjust things. I've also changed my wheel size as well, so they're a little bit bigger than before. And I made them so they also don't really clip too much. This thing has so much steering angle. I didn't even give it like a ton of steering angle. This is just as standard. Alright, question is, do I keep it on the sports tires, or do we upgrade the tires over to the better ones? I'm kind of a little bit tempted to go with the better tires. Do I though? Yeah, let's put them on. Let's just try it out anyway. Alright. Oh god, yeah, this grip's so much harder now. It is rapid. I think you can make this thing even lighter as well, which makes it so much more weird to drive. So you can make it so much lighter and so much faster. But like I said, I don't want to do it like that. All right, I've changed my final drive as well, so the gear ratios should be a little bit shorter, should be a little bit better to drive, and I should be in the torque band a lot more now. In the best possible rev range. I knew this would be very tail happy, which I love. Yeah, this is much better now. The revs are sitting nice and high. I'm always in the power band. Way too fast. Oh, what? I don't know why I'm going so fast. You really can't beat that 911 though. The 911 GT3 Touring that they added into the game. And you could then change to a GT3 RS basically with all the kits and everything that you can add on it. It's so much better compared to the Mclaren. It's just weird. I also expected this a lot, or to handle a lot more like the 4GT. The 4GT is another mid-engine car in this game. It's similar-ish, but I feel like the 4GT is just a better car. Also, keep in mind that I didn't make this thing as light as possible either, so that's also another thing. So once you make these cars really, really light in this game, they handle so well. But I didn't want to do that. I wanted to keep the engine that's in it now, and also keep it with the stats that the real life car has, or very close to them at least. Just to make it an enjoyable car to drive, you know? It's not a meta build or anything like that, it's just the car to kind of enjoy. It's not even that slow. Like, you may be wondering, it's like, you know, like, how much fat... You may be wondering, how much faster is this than the, than if you were to, or how much slower is it compared to, like, if you were to, like, engine swap in and stuff like that and give it, like, basically the meta parts. I don't think it's gonna be that much faster. I really like my diff setup as well, the way I built it on this thing. And the way this thing kind of takes corners, because it doesn't really... It doesn't lock up, and I can just start flooring it out of corners very early. It's only when you start hitting like little bumps and stuff like that, and this thing starts to shake about. See, like, that's about as much of a slide as I'll even get out of this thing, so... I think I'm pretty happy with the build. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way this thing came out. Not a lot of slip, just enough to get that front end to point inwards, and then just pull ahead. I also didn't actually adjust or change any of my aero on this thing. I probably should have done that, but I didn't. So this is on standard aero. You can probably get it to understeer quite a lot less in some situations if you do end up adding the aero parts. But I didn't do it on purpose. Like I said, I wanted to keep this thing with the same sort of power or similar, very similar setup to what it is in real life. Obviously, it's not going to be on racing tires or anything like that, and it's not going to have this crazy kit on it. But the kit was mostly just to see what is available. Yeah, that's another place where I think aero would have helped a lot. It would have kept my front end planted into the floor, because when you go over like a ridge like that, and you stay in midair for too long. Obviously my front wheels aren't touching the ground, so I can't actually turn away from the wall, so I'm just going straight into it. And also, since this is my first time driving this car like this, without... Actually, what I could possibly do is... What if I just... Can I do like this? How does this work? Can I do... that? Oh no, it's gonna make me get off. I was gonna say, can I just do that and then have like a waypoint kind of show me my way to it? Because then I think the waypoint, yeah, I was supposed to say the waypoint puts the driving line down, so I can just. Does it not actually say? No, I don't think so. I was gonna say, does the driving line that gets put on the ground from the GPS not actually give you like a little braking line? I don't think it does. I think it's only in like races, when you're doing like actual proper races. I don't think in free roam it actually tells you. Yeah, it doesn't. I wanted to try to see if it actually would, but it just does not. Okay, just get rid of it completely. Especially when you're playing with a brand new car, it's a little braking line to know when you need to start braking for some of the corners. It's actually very useful. Yeah, that's pretty much it with the McLaren. Let me know if you built this thing for anything else. Maybe you built it for drifting or something, I don't know. But if you built this car for something different, let me know down in the comments below, because I may try to build it for something else. Or maybe you built this thing for much lower class racing and it's actually very, very good. Maybe you used it for some of the time attacks that are in the game. Again, let me know down in the comments below, because right now this thing is really, really fun to just kind of throw about and go at speed around this track without really trying to have like some sort of a meta build with it. So yeah, this is pretty much what my build finished up like. Anyway, that's it from me. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you want to see more videos like this on the channel, then of course you can subscribe to the channel. You can let me know if you like this video or not. Comment sections down there, of course, for discussions. So I'm hoping to hear from you guys. Apart from that, that is pretty much it from me. Thank you for watching, everybody. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.